Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Atlanta Motor Speedway. Sim Racing Points Truck Series here on Full Throttle Television, the Atlanta 200 here on Full Throttle Television. My name is Bernie Hanna. Beside me in the booth is Richie Coy. And Richie, we got a super speedway with some high banking and a shorter track than usual for some super speedway racing tonight.
Yeah, it's got all the characteristics of a normal super speedway, but it's a little bit shorter, and the bump drafting can go much worse here. So you definitely have to watch the pushing here, especially the pushing of the pushers.
Yep, they're out there qualifying right now. We're getting ready to go here at Atlanta, and we'll see what happens here tonight. We'll look at our points coming into tonight here for the Sim Racing Points Truck Series. One race in the books. With these guys here from Daytona. Brendan Polt leading the way with Ryan Chapman right there on his heels as we come into here. Actually, that's wrong.
Yeah,
and I don't know.
I'm not sure I see Brendan Polt in the field tonight.
Jonathan Atkins comes in with the lead over Ryan Chapman. 18 points right there on your screen.
Yeah, because Jonathan Atkins took the win in the Daytona 200 there last week, so he had a great race. I think he only led one lap, so let's see if he can do the same thing tonight or something a little bit more with his leading laps.
We got another issue here with the overlay here, so that's interesting. Struggling tonight, guys. We got a couple things going on. Let's look at our track. Well, I don't know if I can do that. Let's see if I can look at our track description. See if that works.
It's
there
round.
It is. There it is. Let's see if I can load another overlay here. I don't know why some of this stuff. Yep. So the numbers aren't showing up in the pylon, so we won't have that tonight for some odd reason. And I don't even know. But they are qualifying. As a matter of fact, they just switched over to the race. Let's go to our starting lineup tonight.
All right.
All right, let's see if this works. Oh, look, it does. It looks like Clark Gennikin's going to start on the pole with Justin Gann on his outside. Ryan Chapman's going to start from third. Kyle Milliken in fourth. Britt Casey in fifth. You got Darren Clement there in sixth spot with seventh spot going to Jonathan Atkins. Aaron Satcher in eighth. Tim Poulin in ninth. And Nicholas Moreau rounding out your top 10 here in qualifying. 11th spot going to go to Jack Ritchie. Dave Nestor in 12th. 13th for Chris Gore. 14th, Brett Gardner. 15th for Derek Catt. Eric Driggins is going to start in the 16th position with 17th going to Simon Magin and 18th to Alex Murphy.
Michael Thwaites will start 19th. Wayne Grassi 20th. We have J.C. Evans in 21st with Joshua O'Connor in 22nd. Martin Garreau will start 23rd tonight with Marshall Johnson to his outside in 24th. Tony Solari will start 25th. Fred Moreau 26th. Casey McMullen 27th. Shad Curran will start 28th. Michael Blackner 29th. Chad Lane 30th with Donnie Batiste to his outside in 31st. And Brian Biggie Bliss will take up the 32nd position tonight.
So 32 cars on the field tonight here in Atlanta. And everybody getting their engines warmed up and getting ready to go. Richie, what you think we're going to see tonight? Some exciting racing?
Yeah, I think it's going to be super exciting. We may actually see a little three wide, but this is like the super speedway racing, and like I said, it's very hard to push here. Pushes can go wrong really easy here, so you won't see that laying of bumpers a lot tonight. You'll see some definitely side by side. I think they'll be two wide pretty much the entire race.
I look forward to seeing how that plays out here. These drivers are going to be in for a treat. This is going to be a wild one. You definitely want to be up front, want to be controlling the pack when you can. Track position is going to be key. Pit stops are going to be interesting because of a unique pit road here at Atlanta.
Yeah, and so they added the real life pit road where you actually have to enter going into three on the bottom. So it's definitely unique because you get to go as fast as you can from the entrance at three all the way around to pit road that starts where it normally starts. So it can be very hectic and it can be very treacherous if you get in there too far.
For sure. It looks like we got our numbers showing up now, so that's going to make me a little happier here.
Well, I think the exciting racing that we're going to get to see here over the next 130 laps is going to make you super happy.
It's going to cheer me up here in the booth, man. It's been a struggle trying to get things working out right, but we've got cars on. We got trucks actually on track. We got the overlay now finally playing nice with me here, and hopefully we'll get some good, exciting green flag racing tonight. 130 laps for these truckers, racing to lap 40 for the stage. And some of the guys said it's kind of a long run, 50 laps for a fuel run almost. So we'll see these guys kind of get use out of those tires. If we get a caution, look for some pit strategy to play havoc for these drivers and teams as well. Looking forward to it. The pace car is going to peel off, though. Clark Ginnick, Justin Gann going to lead them down to the green flag. A couple of teammates there waiting for the green to fly. Green flies, and we are away here at Atlanta.
Yep, and there they go, 2 by 2, and I think that's what we're going to see for the rest of the race. And you're right, passing and track position are going to be premium tonight because it is very difficult to pass here.
A couple of bump drafts there from behind. That's Ryan Chapman trying to push Ginnick out to lead. He does. Rick Casey on the inside trying to follow him as Ryan moves down to cover that lane.
Yeah, it looks like the 27 has moved up to join up with his teammate, but after running here last night with the O'Reilly car, I'm not sure the outside lane is where you want to be, but we'll see what happens here in the trucks tonight.
Everybody making new choices as they come through to the start-finish line for the first time. Ryan Chapman going to lead the way here early on here at Atlanta.
Yeah, and I do expect to see some of these trucks get loose about 10 to 15 laps into the run, and that's something that you don't have to deal with on a super speedway is that overly loose truck that you could possibly get into. So we'll see what happens as we get on here. But 27 takes the lead going in 3.
Absolutely. That outside lane kind of working together right now. Justin Gann pushing his teammate Ginnick out to the front. So Ginnick going to lead lap 2 here at Atlanta. They get a little squirrely behind them. You see it's so hard to stay lined up through that dog leg.
Yeah, that dog leg is I mean, it doesn't look very tight, but it's super tight, especially on the inside lane. And things happen really quickly there. We may see that being a choke spot, and we may see some issues there as the races go on.
You definitely want to choke down the front stretch.
You don't want to choke anywhere on the racetrack.
I'm telling you, it is tight. It's tight all the way around this track. Very, almost about 3 lanes, about a 1 lane skinnier in places than at Daytona, and they're doing the same kind of racing here. It makes it really tough. And like you said, I am interested to see if handling comes into play here. The longer we run, the more these trucks are going to start to lose their handling, either going to push or going to get loose, and both could be very detrimental here.
Yeah, and you actually have to do something here that you don't do on normal super speedways. Is there is some lifting that happens here, especially going into 3. I'm not sure what the exact differences between going through 1 and 2 is and 3 and 4. They seem pretty symmetrical, but if you go into into 3 and 4 full throttle, the back of the truck is going to want to kick out. So you actually do have to lift a little bit here.
I feel like it might be a little bit about the angle of attack. You know, down the straightaway, you're going straight into the corner. There's a little bit of easier entry into turn 1 as you come out of the dog leg, and I think it makes it a little bit easier into 1. But you're right, 3, that turn sneaks up on you. You jerk the wheel one way. If the truck doesn't like it, it'll let you know real quick.
Yeah, and these things tend to go loose just because of the way they are nowadays. But
I mean, you even see right there, excited. Justin Gann was wiggling a little bit there on the entry of turn 1. Already starting to see those trucks get a little loose.
Yep, and I'm actually liking what I'm seeing here with the outside lane. Last night with the other cars, the outside lane could get to the front, but could never make the pass. But the 27 actually did make that pass, although now the inside lane is starting to make hay.
Let's run on board one of these trucks and jump on board Darren Clement here in the number 32 truck. Looking out front, I mean, it's, 2x2, there's really nowhere to go. You just follow the guy in front of you and hope for the best at this point. And I'm sure some of these guys back here are hoping that handling comes into play if they feel like they've got their truck set up for a long run. But man, it's just so tight out there. You look how close this racing is. at these speeds. I mean, it's just packing trucks into a narrow gap there.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got guys that are going to have two different types of mentalities here. Guys that are going to want to go directly to the front, which that's going to be very difficult to do as passing is very tough. And then you got guys that are going to ride around happy to be not wrecked at that particular moment.
Yeah, I know we got some back there probably watching this, and I don't want any part of that early on here. And they may be in the catbird seat if things go wrong here, because there's really, once the wreck happens here, there's really not many places you can go.
No, it's like I said, it's tight for us for you to run around the racetrack, much less trying to make evasive maneuvers. But there is a really big apron here, and if you can have the shot to get to the apron, you might be able to bypass the wreck. But yeah, things happen really, really quickly.
Aaron Clement getting close to that wall in the entry of turn 1 there, very close to the back bumper of the 42 as well as they enter turn 3. You see the 42 wiggle off into the corner. That is that's tough. That's tight. And as the trucks start to, like I said, lose that handling, that's going to get even worse.
Yeah, we're coming to lap 10 here, and like I said, Kyle Milken with an evasive maneuver to the bottom. But I'm expecting these trucks to start to loosen up here, and we may see, some gaps forming as trucks kind of lose the handling a little bit.
I kind of wonder if Kyle wanted to get to the bottom there, like an escape route, maybe if something goes wrong up top. If you're at top and somebody wrecks in the corner, you know where they're going. They're going to the top, they're going to be right in front of you. If he goes to the bottom, at least maybe he can turn left and maybe avoid something that happens.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you got that big, huge apron down there. There's no grass or very little grass down there. Lots of room to maneuver down there, but hopefully you don't have to make an evasive maneuver and just make it through. But I kind of see that we've split into two packs now. We actually have a back pack that's a little bit off of this main pack. I think they might be laying back here in the first stage.
We do. We have about 5 trucks back here deciding to ride back here. I don't know if they decided to ride back here or not. Chad Lang, Casey McMullen, Brian Bliss, Michael Blackner, and Chad Curran all back here.
We're talking with a couple of them. I think that is a strategy call. As the 27 got loose going into 1 there with the 3 right behind him.
You're going to see more and more of that, and these guys are going to kind of get nervous here after seeing that. Leaders struggling with handling, and we got a caution already. Looks like Alex Murphy had an issue. And a couple trucks back there. Shaq Kerr and Brian Bliss in that backpack. The backpack had a wreck. There's Brian Bliss smoking there. Engine expired. He's going to have, he's probably going to be done for the 9. Alex Murphy in that wreck as well as Shaq Curran involved. Caution number 1 out here at Atlanta on lap 12. Let's go back and see what happened here. Look at Alex Murphy down the backstretch. Actually, it wasn't the backpack. It was pack in front of him, about halfway through the front pack. And unfortunately, right in the middle of the track, Brian Bliss comes in and just wallops the side of that truck.
Yeah, he was sitting completely sideways in the race, on the racing groove there. And unfortunately, Brian nowhere to go. The rest of the guys, it looked like got through with no issue. Even Shad looked like he just stopped to avoid it. But
lock those brakes up. Yeah, the initial accident looks like Murphy just kind of came down, thought he was clear there, and unfortunately there was a truck there in his way.
Green light goes wrong.
Yeah, he just stops in the middle of the track right there, hoping people will avoid him. I guess Brian did not see him there.
Maybe he was channeling his inner Natalie Decker.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
I'm sure we'll have a conversation with him about that after the race there. But yeah, and luckily I think everybody else kind of got away with that. But unfortunately, sitting broadside right there in the middle of the track, and it's going to cause some damage. We do have some guys on pit road towards the back taking advantage of this, coming down to pit road. Fred Moreau comes down. I think he was semi-involved in that. But you got Marshall Johnson, Casey McMullen, and Michael Blackner. Those guys that were at the back coming in to top off probably here.
Yeah, probably maybe getting a set of tires, and maybe what they'll do is not pit at the stage so they could flip it. It might be a little early for that, but it's possible to do that here for sure.
All right, well, 12 laps We're 11 laps in the books here at Atlanta already. Everybody was looking pretty good up front there, but I'm telling you, and they're not stopping for tires, so they're still going to have those older tires on this restart. Got to watch for tire spin. You got to watch for that handling to come into play here.
Yeah, and not only do you have to watch for your own tire spin, but this is one of those places when you restart on these old tires, everybody around you's got the old tires. You have to watch the people around you's tire spin, even more than your own.
All right, they're going to come to the one to go back green flag racing here at Atlanta. They're going to double up Ryan Chapman on the front row. Brick Casey in the 88 up the second spot. A couple of Toyotas, a couple of teammates there too. Brick Casey, new to the Elevated Esports team this year. Going to start on the front row. You got Kyle Milken back there on the team as well. You got Justin Gann and Ginnikin kind of sprinkled in there too as teammates. You got Aaron Satcher back there for Speed Demon, having a good run so far. Had a great run at Daytona as well, so starting the season off strong for that rookie, or I wouldn't even say rookie anymore. He's got a season under his belts. He's starting to impress this season.
Yeah, we've called his name up front here a couple times, so he's restarting here 6th. So so far so good for Aaron Satcher. Had a good qualifying run and is following it up here.
Not a surprise to see Kyle Milken up there either. One of the guys that are really good at the super speedway stuff, really quick at Daytona. Unfortunately got caught in an accident there last week, but always fast at these high-speed super speedway tracks.
Yep, and he always brings a good Elevated Esports team with him, as evident by Ryan Chapman leading and the new Britt Casey there running second.
So it's Elevated versus Speed Demon up front. The first 3 rows, the top 6 spots occupied by that team. So they came to play for sure here as the pace car is going to pull off there. We're going to get a restart. Ryan Chapman up front, Britt Casey on the outside. Getting ready for the restarts. They enter the restart zone. Green flag flies, and there they go. And you see a little bit of a wiggle from your leader as he tried to put the power down.
Yeah, that's that old tires. So hopefully, looks like everybody's made it away okay on this restart. And here we go. Look, Ryan Chapman has gone out to a huge lead. They're going to eat him up down the back stretch.
That is not what you want to see there. That big lead out there. They're going to use that draft pull right back to the back bumper. Now, is that bottom lane going to get clear to be able to jump to the top? That's what they're hoping, I'm sure. At 42, giving a big push, but here comes the 27. Again, it's going to jump up in front of that outside lane.
Looked like Ryan tried to do a little bit of a block, but discretion better of valor there as the 27 moves to the outside.
Off into turn 1 they go. Still 2 by 2.
You got reverse teammates. You got reverse teammates pushing reverse teammates.
Seven's going to get almost clear leading into turn 3. He's got outside lane. I tell you, that bottom's going to be harder and harder to hold on to on those older tires as far as pushing up. But that outside lane could be tricky as well, getting loose into turn 3. So, you know, pick your poison there.
It can come from anywhere, but the 27 manages to make it in front of the 17. And we now have a new sole leader out there as he's kind of by himself.
Down the backstretch he goes. He's going to kind of play the lanes here. Pulls up the top. Give that 88 a little bit of a pull down the straightaway. Pulls them side by side. But here comes the 17 back to the inside. Ryan Chapman trying to get back to the inside of the 27 for the lead.
They're battling side by side with still just over 20 laps to the stage. I'm not sure we mentioned when the stage lap was going to be, but stage lap is lap 40 tonight. So still got a long way to go before we get them fresh tires on.
18 right now. We're getting down to about halfway into the stage, and you see that Ryan Chapman now trying to play the lanes inside, outside. Better be careful. Don't leave that inside open.
The 27 got loose coming off that corner, but don't look now. Look who's third and maybe looking for second on the bottom lane here. That's last week's winner, Jonathan Atkins.
He's also starting to make a name for himself at these super speedways. Doing a good job. Here comes Ryan Chapman down to cover that inside lane. Now back up top. Oh, that was close on Justin Gann there.
Justin moves his way out to the outside. Oh, he gets loose.
Oh, he's loose, but he hangs on to it. Got a teammate behind him, so should be able to regroup it pretty easy here. He does. But you see, we got a little contact back there behind him. Does everybody hold on to it?
No.
No! Big wreck into turn 1. Trying to see who else involved.
I see the number 12 of Shad Curran is involved.
Derek Cat was involved. I think Michael Thwaite's got a piece of that as well. So we'll go back and see. It started in the dog leg and ended into turn 1. So we have Shad Curran here. Actually, Shad Curran gets involved from way back. It happened up front. Oh, actually, Shad got turned, slowing down for the accident. Let's see if we can get a better shot of what happened. They all got
Pretty sure it
checked up.
starts with the 29 of Derek Cat.
They all get checked up down the front stretch, and it comes from in front. Everybody kind of gathering it up.
So it looks like the 46 actually disappeared.
32 in the wall. We got a yellow car on the inside there. It was Jack Ritchie trying to avoid everything that was going on. He thought there was a wreck, for sure. I did too. Maybe you got a little help from behind. And then eventually going into turn 1. I'm trying to get a good look here. Good vantage point so you guys can see. Let's see what happens. You're right. Car disappears up front. Everybody kind of checks it for that. Derek Cat gets tagged from behind and turned down into other trucks. And there's about 4 or 5 trucks littering the turn 1 area of the track.
Yeah, the 46 of Simon Magnan looks like he might have had a connection issue for a second, which the 29, I guess, checked up because he didn't know where the 46 went. And then, the 67 of Donnie Batiste got in the back of the 29, and that's kind of what sparked all that.
Oh, the 99, he just turned into the wall. Yeah, right on board with the 29 here. Who was that snuck their way through? Was that... That would have been J.C. Evans right there. J.C. Evans here. He sees all that happening in front. Actually, J.C. Yeah, he sees. Oh, he goes up underneath the. Oh, it was Tony Solari sliding sideways, getting a piece of that. And Evans able to sneak up underneath all that and avoid most of it.
Yeah, by my count, I see the 11, the 99, the 67, the 29, the 50, and the 67 all involved going into turn 1.
On board Fred Monroe through here. 67 gets a piece of it. 50 turns him. It's right on board with Donnie. He was right behind the 29 when he slowed down and that car flashed out. Tags him, turned down to the 29, 29 sideways, 99 there. Yeah, it's just on. But
and this is what we were talking about. These wrecks happen so quickly here, and they collect a lot of trucks.
What's Shad Curran back here? This is unfortunate for him. He's way back off the pack, just trying to take it easy. Gets turned from behind when he sees the wreck happen in front. Jumps on the brakes, and the guy behind him wasn't ready for that.
Was that Michael Blackner behind him?
Was it Michael Blackner? It might have been.
Yeah, yep.
On board the 22. Shad sees the smoke, jumps on the brakes. I don't think there's anybody that's got major damage out of that. 99 maybe the most. The 29's got a good bit as well. Everybody able to continue on, though. I didn't see any engine smoke.
Yeah, and this is a weird track. You can get damage here and still be able to draft and have a decent finish here. And
we still have yet to see pit stops from anybody towards the front. So they're still going to have those older tires. Then we're going to have Ryan Chapman on front leading Justin Gann in second. Ginnikin, Atkins, and Ted Pullen moving up in that 95 into the top 5.
Yeah, we got Dave Nestor, another Elevated Esports, who's pulled up into 8th. Aaron Satcher back to 10th with Brett Gardner in the double zero in 9th.
All right. Well, we're going to get a restart here. We are on lap 23, so about 17 to the stage. Who wants it the most? Who's got the handling under control? Whose truck's going to take them to the stage win? We're about to find out. As Ryan Chapman leads them down with Justin Gann. Chapman takes the outside. You see some tire spin as this guy's trying to get up to speed. Almost 3 wide, but they get it back organized there on the top side.
Yeah, Justin Gann with big tire spin there, checking up the outside, but there's also a big checkup on the inside here between the 88 and the 42. But the top 3 now are all out by themselves.
Yeah, it was Ginnikin with the tire spin there. Check the outside lane. It's going to slide in line back there, about 5th spot to the inside. But the top 3, you're right, kind of broke away. It's Chapman, Gann, and Atkins.
Man, I don't know about the rest of the field, but I'd be a little worried about that purple truck eater there in 3rd.
Purple people eater. Be a purple points eater so far.
There you go. I didn't want to say the purple people eater.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Don't slip on that one. Brett Casey to the inside, though, trying to take advantage, but now looks like the 17 moving around there, trying to block that outside lane. All he did, though, is opened it up. Here comes Justin Gann on the outside, wiggling by the 17.
And now they have 1, 2, 3 elevated eSport teammates there on the bottom.
Chapman, Brett Casey, Kyle Milliken on the bottom there. And here comes
a lot more.
I was going to say, here comes Ginnikin on the outside to try to help his teammate. Unfortunately, they got a truck between them. That is last week's winner, though, the 57 of Jonathan Atkins.
Seeing these trucks wiggle a whole lot more than they've been wiggling, so I think the handling is starting to come into effect here.
Oh, the 30 left the hole open there on the inside, but Jonathan's going to slide back behind him there. It's like that 30 looking a little evil out there on that outside lane.
Yeah, and that would be the teammate. He's loose there getting in the corner. That's the teammate of the 27 who spun the tires on the restart, so maybe the team itself has got an inherently loose setup going there.
You got to be careful, too. I mean, the thing is... Oh, we see somebody on the apron back there behind them. Green car. Is that Dave Nestor in the 36? Having some handling issues of his own getting into turn 1. And as I said that, here we go. The inside lane starting to make it work there on the inside. But you got to be careful. What I was going to say is the pusher, is the guy behind the trucks. You see the 57 touch the wall there. You don't want to be the one to loosen up that truck in front of you. If you get too close, you're going to loosen him up. You want to push, but you don't want to get too close to upset the truck, and that is a hard thing to do.
Especially when it wants to suck you right into the back of the truck in front of you. Push me. And you're like, dude, I don't even want to touch you.
Yeah, I don't want to be that close. Now we're starting to see an inside lane starting to truck along here. As that outside lane starting to kind of break up a little bit.
Yeah, and we got the 3 teammates out front, so I don't expect anything to happen with them, but maybe Brett Gardner, if he gets a spot, might move up to the outside and try to make his way to the front.
Look who's on the inside of this outside lane right now. Almost 3 wide back there behind him. Dave Nestor is almost caught in the middle there. But it's not where you want to be. Now he's 2 wide there. Jack Ritchie on the inside. Boy, these things are starting to move around.
Yeah, it's getting a little sketchy out there, but we got, less than 10 laps to the stage. They have to hang on for just a couple more laps.
Ryan Chapman doing a good job out front. You got 1, 2, 3. Your top 3 being teammates. Brett Gardner there in 4th in the double zero has capitalized on all of this. You see Joshua O'Connor he jumped up to the outside trying to lead that outside lane now in front of Justin Gann.
Yeah, I expected maybe somebody else to do that.
Oh. We got trucks on the inside there. Ted Pullen is going to be merging back on the track with, who was that back there? Clark Ginnikin having issues. He's back there as well.
Yeah, he came down. He actually bounced off of Jonathan Atkins and then tried to come down into the lower lane, but wasn't exactly clear. caution.
Nicholas Moreau now working his way into the top 5. Hadn't caught his name so far, and here he is trying to work by Joshua O'Connor on the outside.
Yeah, he's been slowly creeping his way forward here as some of these other trucks have been having handling issues.
Now my question is, will these drivers up front, will they stay in line, these top 3 teammates, or will somebody try to win this stage outright? This is going to be the question as they come by. Only 6 laps to go to the end of the stage. Or will they even have a shot? Here comes that outside lane, maybe making the charge towards the front.
No, they got plenty of time to get there. 6 laps is plenty of time to do it, so we'll see. And again, I'm surprised the 00 hasn't got up there and tried to get up there.
I might be waiting for this group to catch up here. It's 59's trying to lead them to the front. Still on the outside of Nicholas Moreau there for 4th spot, or for 5th actually, for 5th spot. 4th spot is Brett Gardner. He's watching that mirror probably and wondering, should I try to take that top?
Yeah, I mean, it's tempting. It's right there. It's right there on the outside of you. But the 3 elevated esports, the 17, 88, and 42 are kind of a stranglehold here on the field.
It takes a good handling truck. You're starting to see those guys kind of get separated on the outside as well. Having a hard time trying to stick together. The 57 finally back to the 3 truck of Justin Gann there.
Jonathan Atkins still out there on the high side behind the 3 with Aaron Satcher behind him. But the inside lane is definitely starting to prevail here over the long run.
Oh,
caution.
And that's going to end the stage here. So Ryan Chapman going to get the stage win. Let's see what our caution was. This is like Tony Solari involved with Martin Garreau. Garreau already towed here. Let's see what happened there. Our best one tired on the curiosity replay here. Out of turn 2. Oh, it started a truck behind him. Who was that truck that turned Martin Garreau there into Tony Solari?
That's the 99 of Michael Thwaites. Looks like he just pushed up a little bit out and got into the rear quarter panel of the 50.
Martin Garreau's on board, hard into the inside wall.
Oh, Marshall Johnson sneaks his way by.
Saw there coming out the corner, pushes up the track into the 50, down into the 11, and he turns the 50 into the inside wall. Just like you would usually see. You start the wreck, sometimes you get through it.
What did I hear recently? If you cause the wreck, you're not in the wreck?
Yeah. That's somebody I wouldn't be trusting advice on either, though, to be honest with you, but that's a whole nother story. Anyway, our leaders are on pit road. Ryan Chapman chooses to come down pit road after that stage win. Going to get some tires and fuel here and reset here. It's going to be interesting from here on out to see if we can get that long run and see what the handling does to some of these trucks. You start to see things kind of sort out and kind of string out there, Richie. I think handling is going to be a talking factor all night.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially now that we have... Especially now that we got the stage out of the way, when you pit is going to be a pretty big strategic moment. So maybe somebody can fix up their handling a little bit here for the long run. We'll see what happens.
If you have to pit under caution or under green, that's going to be an interesting thing too. Like I said, this interesting pit road where you enter on the back stretch. You have to get around the corner. We've seen several times. We saw last year drivers trying to carry as much speed as they could around the corner to get to the point where you slow down for the pit road, and sometimes if you carry too much, you get the truck out of shape. It's tough to stay below that white line. You see a single white line down there as I go through 3 and 4. That's the line that they have to stay under coming to pit road. So I'm kind of hoping for green flag stops, man. It could be interesting. If I was a driver out there, I wouldn't want it, but as a broadcaster and as a fan, you'd like to see these guys tackle that and see who does it best.
Actually, as a driver, I'd like to see green flags because that'll spread out the field a little bit and maybe give you more opportunity to actually make your way past some trucks. But the other side of that is once you make it through 3 and 4, the treacherous area, it's the 45-mile-an-hour pit road. So you got to get down to 45 miles an hour before you get to the cone. After you go down around the bottom, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, you're still carrying a lot of speed around that corner, even on the flat there, and then you have to get it slowed down. And it's a really acute angle too. You have to kind of get turned into. I think it catches some guys off as well. So interesting for sure. Should be a lot of fun. Hopefully we see that. But the racing on track so far has been very entertaining as well. It's been fun to watch these guys kind of trade out back there. And of course, Ryan Chapman getting 10 points for that stage win. That's great for his points battle with the 57 of Atkins. Atkins was in the top 10 as well. He's going to get a few, but he's going to gain on him.
Yeah, and again, with that switch, we have no bonus points going out this year, so we don't have any points coming from there. And then we only get points for the stage, and we only get points for where you finish. So it's going to make it a little bit tighter on every single position and point as you go through the entire race.
And it's 55 for a win. That's a big bonus for the win, about 25 points extra for the win. Actually, what is it, 65? I can't remember. Anyway, it's extra points for the win. You definitely want to win these races and grab those extra points for winning.
Yeah, absolutely. It's no longer win and you're in, but it's now win and get a bunch of points. There we go. Pace car's off.
That's right. Pace car's going to peel off. Ryan Chapman leading them down. Britt Casey on the outside. Milliken, Gardner, again, your top 5. Green flag flies. Ryan Chapman gets a good start, and we're off and racing off into turn 1 here at Atlanta.
Yep, actually a pretty good start by Ryan. It's kind of separated out the top lane as Jonathan Atkins moves down to off the top lane. Here comes Britt Casey down.
Is he going to try to slide into that hole? He does.
And Jonathan Atkins has moved back up to the top, but there is no outside lane. And now Brett Gardner moves up to the outside lane. I expected him to do that before the stage.
To the top all by himself right now, though. He's got to wait it out as those guys are going to freight train him on the inside, including Nicholas Moreau, the 3 of Gann, and here comes Simon Mackin as well.
Yeah, Gann was up there behind the 00, found a spot down, and now Gann's on the bottom row. I don't know. Jonathan likes the high side, but there's nobody up there. Where did the outside go?
Yeah, they're going straight back here. It's Jack Ritchie. I'm over him watching Simon Mackin in front of him. Brett Gardner, you saw a fender just a minute there on the outside. Gardner on his outside. Here's on board with Gardner in the number 00 machine, leading that outside lane with some help from Jonathan Atkins in the 57 here.
Yeah, the only 2 that are up there. Marshall Johnson's up there, and now actually Jack Ritchie in the 72 makes his way up there, so maybe we can get some 00 and the 57 are making moves up there.
Early on, it seems like you can really work your way to the front if you want to on the outside. If you can get some good pushes, you can do that. But we saw when the tires start wearing a little bit, it's harder and harder to make that run on the outside. The truck starts skating around a little bit more. It just makes it harder. Not only it's harder for everybody because your truck starts moving around more, and you don't want to be as close to drivers as you have to be here at Atlanta.
Yeah, like I said, it's so deceiving because it's a super speedway now, but you really don't want to hit the trucks because you're on a knife's edge here.
Well, we see a lot of trucks moving around up front here. Top 3 coming off the corner, wagging that tail. Actually, here comes Nicholas Moreau to move to the outside. He says, "That's enough. I'm not following anymore. Let's go to the outside."
And that's a truck that I don't know if they want to get hooked up because he had a pretty good hot rod at Daytona. I'd imagine he came here with the same truck.
Oh, he gets all kind of sideways going into turn 3 right there, though. Yeah, hang on to it.
All that work that the outside lane had done just got undone. And now they're going to have to work their way back up to the front. It's Simon Magnan now to the front on the outside.
Yeah, Mackin says, all right, let me lead this outside lane. Here comes the 46 on the outside.
A little bit of a tap going in the corner. Jonathan Atkins said, I've had enough of the outside, and he goes back down to the bottom.
Where's your commitment, guys? Come on. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You're trying to. Somebody said this. I think Tony said this in one of the broadcasts the other night. It's kind of like on the highway. You get in the lane. He's like, okay, this lane's not. Ooh, it's a little contact between Wayne Grossi and Simon Magin. That's going to send Simon way up the track. 3 wide here.
Ooh, they slowed it down. Nope, Brett Gardner to the outside. He's 3 wide. I'm sorry. I'm watching this as it's happening here.
I'll get back to that thought in a minute. 3 wide here is intense. Chris Gore up the track just a little bit. I mean, these guys back here see what we're seeing too, and they're like, I need to get out of this.
And it looks like Brett Gardner has slowed up a little bit. He's going to pull in behind the 15. But this has definitely broken up the pack now. And the whole bottom lane now is stretched out. I think we got 8 or 9 cars there behind, in front of all this.
It was Eric Driggins. He pulled out a line now. I was watching him back there. He was watching what we were watching back there. He pulled out a line. He was kind of mid-pack right here. He said, no, thank you. He pulled to the bottom, went to the back when he saw that.
I will not be a part of your 3 wide actions.
Too early for that. I mean, it's all for nothing at this point. You got to make it to that last lap to have a chance here and score those points. I think that's what some of these guys were thinking. It's like, okay, let's get back 2 wide at least. Get away from Danger Island there.
And the one good thing about this track is that everybody has the same chance of finishing the race as they do as not finishing the race. It's an equal opportunity racetrack.
It is, and it can end quickly too. It doesn't take much. You get a little out of shape, or one little tap, and it's on. And you can easily get caught up in other people's troubles as well.
Yeah, that happens more often than not here because, as you can see, these trucks, they're not stable. They're wiggling, and even good trucks like the guys up front leading the race, they're wiggling, they're pushing, they're loose. And if you're too close to the guy doing that, it can be disastrous.
Well, the good thing with those 3 up front or 4 up front right there is that they've got the room to kind of move around. If the truck wants to move around a little bit, let it take its head, kind of, just wherever it wants to go. Get back in line, and you're fine. Teammates will work with you. They'll leave a gap, and you can do that. If you get back here 2 wide with guys that aren't your teammate, this is when things get interesting. You see Wayne Grossi there on the inside. The 3 getting a push out of the corner from the 50. No, that was Aaron Satcher giving the 3 a push.
Yeah, you do not really want to bump draft here because it makes the back of the truck so loose that the guy in front can't drive.
It's hard for me to broadcast this from watching it from a fan standpoint. This is entertaining, exciting, man. These guys are holding on to those trucks, man, and it is not easy, as you can see. The 3 trying to get in line there with the 57 of Atkins. Atkins going to stay to the bottom. Dan's going to take the top.
And it's weird too because when you go to a normal super speedway race, people are always like, "Oh, it looks so boring." But when you're in the race car, you're holding your breath because it's one of those things that you're waiting for the bucket roll. They've thrown that mentality onto a racetrack where trucks don't handle.
Here comes the 57 of Atkins. He's got a little help from behind with that 3 guys. Some fast trucks trying to use that outside lane, but Wayne Grossi up there. Wayne Grossi actually, he's up in 4th spot, doing a good job. He snuck up here to the top 5. There's Dave Nestor right behind him as well. We've had some guys kind of sneak up here. Marshall Johnson right there behind him as well.
Yeah, Wayne's one of them guys. He usually runs really good at these plate tracks. We got guys that are plate track specialists, and I would put Wayne in there. He's always up front when it comes to these plate races.
Inside lane right now is their side by side. Top 3 kind of broken away again. Side by side for 4th. And it's hard, man. It's so hard. You want to help that guy in front of you. The 3 there, Justin Gannon. He wants to get up there and bump the 57, but he knows it's going to upset the truck. You got to be so careful, even through the corner right here. That's 57 really there. Oh, contact between him and the 7 there off the corner. 7 up the track just a little bit. 57 down just a little bit. They're kind of fighting for the same spot off the corner.
And so this is also weird because you can get the draft from the other lane. So you'll see trucks by themselves or not actually being pushed that actually suck along with the 2 guys on the outside, which makes it even harder to pass.
All right, 57.
Oh, the 13 sideways.
Oh, yeah. I saw
he's
that
down
from
to the
Aaron
9.
Satcher. Oh, he hangs on to it. Oh, man. Oh, man. He hung on to it. He had a little help from the 9 there to hang on to it.
Listen, whatever it takes, man. Eight wheels are better than 4.
Yeah, he lives to fight another day. Now, that's gotten his attention now, so I'm sure he's going to kind of be a little more cognizant of the fact that his truck's not handling that great on the outside. Got to be careful getting off into those corners, getting loose like that.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll wake you up on a Sunday morning for sure. He's the only one up there now. I don't think anybody wants to help him out. He's going to, unfortunately, kind of slide back here.
I got to say it quick. Our top 8, top 10 are single file. Before they decided to duck out here, everybody kind of got in single file here and decided to get in here and ride. I don't know, the trucks might be telling them to get in there and ride the way they're handling.
Yeah, it's the race has kind of changed a little bit here. It's a little early yet. I don't think people are expecting to do any type of pit stops anytime in the near future, which is usually when you see all the guys go down to the bottom lane. But yeah, everybody's single file trying to, I guess, ride and save their equipment.
That is the other thing that's a little bit different here versus other super speedways. Some of these super speedways you can pit, come out, and not lose a lap. Here, you're not going to do that for a couple of reasons. One, you kind of lose a little extra time pitting from the backstretch there, going around the apron. But also this track being a mile smaller than your typical 2.5 mile super speedway, you're going to go down a lap, and you don't want that for sure. But I'm sure some of them are screaming for tires at this point.
Tires and the end of the race, I'm sure, but we're catching a lap truck car here, and we're all lucky that it's a single file train here. Lap traffic is always interesting at this particular track when you got to go when you're too wide.
For the most part, and actually that truck stayed on the bottom lane there.
Yeah, that usually makes it even harder.
This is not what you want. He probably needs to get to the apron and get out of the way. Who is that?
That's Fred Moreau in the 51.
75.
Oh! Is it 75?
He's 75 on the timing screen.
Oh yeah, it's got 50.
They're 3 wide with that lap truck right now, so this is not ideal. They'll get back 2 wide.
Yeah, there was a little bit of 3 wide going on, and
yeah, he's 51 on track, but he's supposed to be 75. So not only is he a hindrance to the lead pack here, kind of causing a roadblock, he's also in the wrong car.
He's incognito. They won't know who it is. They'll go down and try to find the 51 pit and not find it.
Back up front, still single file for the most part, although you do have Simon Mackin working that outside lane, and he's worked the outside a good bit here. He's coming to the outside of the 9 of Marshall Layton. 46 starting to use that top lane to kind of come forward.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but yeah, Marshall made his way past both Simon and Wayne Grassi and moved his way up. So I'm not sure exactly what flipped. We were watching the trials and tribulations of the lap cars. So yeah, they're running side by side. But they're side by side behind him now too, 3 wide, or 3 deep.
Back to the bottom one. Oh, the white truck up the track. It's Nicholas Moreau, white and blue truck. Maybe touched the wall, but keeps it in control there, trying to use that outside lane.
We got single file out front. We got a 6 trucks running side by side. So we're at, 24 or 5 laps from the last pit stop. So, yeah, this is where trucks, I think we might start to see some comers and goings as the trucks.
How many laps we got left? Hurry. Never mind. Too low, too slow. 66 laps remaining here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
I'm like, I don't know.
Just waiting and watching these trucks get more and more out of shape as these tires burn off. That outside lane not doing much. Here comes the 57 though, moving to the outside, trying to get by trying to get by Brick Casey.
Yeah. Britt got actually a little sideways, and Jonathan kind of moved up to avoid him. I'm not sure Jonathan really wanted to go to the outside.
It's hard to watch all this action. These action shots are fine, but we want to see this race in the 57 into turn 3 up the track. Still fighting for fourth. Actually, Justin Gann going to get that position. The 57, oh, he tries to come down. The 9 was right there. 57 goes around, straightens it up. He's going to stay going forward. Yes, he's going to save it. Oh, my goodness.
No caution. Oh, my. I thought he might end up coming back up on the racetrack, and he did just a little bit.
That is the problem with the dog leg there, man. If guys are misjudging just a little bit, it doesn't take much trying to make those corners on this front stretch. And went a little lower than you expect, went a little higher than you expect, and contact's going to happen.
I'm shocked that.
Yeah.
I'm shocked it hasn't happened more.
I'm surprised those guys hung on to it like they did. Kudos to both of them for hanging on there after that happened.
But that has kind of broken up the front pack here. We have like an eight-car breakaway a little bit.
Nicholas Moreau back to 13th spot. He was just up front fighting for the lead of this race. Brett Gardner back there as well. So you're right, it's really shaking things up. You got Chris Gore up there in the top 10. Ted Pullen making an appearance in the top 10. Ginnigan's been up and down all night. He finds himself in 6th spot.
Yeah, I'm actually going back. So, yeah, Nicholas, I think... Actually, Nicholas was back there before the incident, so I thought... Gann
was dead sideways getting into turn 3 right there on the inside of Simon Maggan in the corner, and he hung on to it and stayed in his lane somehow, but that's... He's looking really loose here. As a matter of fact, all the trucks right there kind of wiggling.
I can't even go back and do a replay because there's so much action going on the track.
And I'm trying to watch it all. I'm trying to show you guys all of it. There's the 3 into the 46. They hang on to it. I don't know, guys, what's going on. It's a handful.
Yeah, man. But do you know who's not having a handful is that front 3 who's been leading this entire race. All 3 of them up there by themselves, and they don't really seem to be having the problems some of the guys behind them are having.
Now, if you're running single file up there, kind of pacing yourself, you're not maybe going to have those issues. You see the 42 kind of backing off to get there. That's good, but now you put them back in the pack and they don't know what their truck's going to do in traffic. That could be a problem as well. They may not expect some of the things that they may experience back there, so you have to watch that.
And if we do get to a point where we start pit stopping, these guys are about a second off the pace of where they can be, so you're going to have that overlapping gap of guys maybe a second faster than another guy is trying to come up through the field. It's going to make it just going to be an interesting round of pit stops if we get to do flat pit stops.
That's very true. I mean, you pit early, you get that advantage, but you think they'll stay green? That's a big gamble.
It is, because, again, the pit road here is so death-defying that I wouldn't want to be the first one on pit road to try it.
Got a more with the 9 of Marshall Johnson watching side-by-side in front of him. Wayne Grassi on the outside. Chris Gore, Ted Pullen on the inside. Let's see what his trucks do. The 9C pushes up, has to lift, get into the corner.
Chapman has pulled out to a car with a car in front of Kyle. Longest lead of the night.
All single file up front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trucks.
And we got the 95 and the 7 of Wayne Grassi and Ted Pullen running side by side, and they're actually catching. Yeah, and they're actually catching the trucks in front of them.
Well, you got this pack back here behind them. led by Jack Ritchie and then number 72. It's a secondary pack kind of formed up back here. I'm not sure it's by design. I don't know if they're having some more handling issues than they expected, or maybe they're just waiting to see if they can avoid something that happens in front of them. I'm not really sure, but they've created quite a gap between first and second. And that's Nicholas Burr right there behind him in the 15.
I was about to say, Nicholas is fitting all the way back there to what 13th place is getting passed by Dave Nestor here.
Nestor on the inside of that 36, another elevated truck. He's a little sketchy getting in there. Be careful.
But you got Tony Solari who's in that. It looks like he's been in a couple incidents. You got Casey McMullen and J.C. Evans in there, as well as Brett Gardner and I can't see who's right.
Batiste, I think, in that group. Yeah. And Joshua O'Connor as well. Joshua O'Connor started leading the third group back here. It's falling way back.
Yeah, they're a lot further back than the second group is.
5 trucks in this pack with Darren Clement. Jonathan Atkins back there in the 57. What happened to him? He's back there in 23rd. Oh, that's right. He had that issue in the turn 1. So he went for that big slide. He's the one
that slide through the infield.
Yeah, Michael Blackner back there with Shaq Curran as well. So those guys off the pack right now up front. All Ryan Chapman. All Elevated Esports. 1, 2, 3 out front. And, things kind of settled down. I say settled down a little bit here. But things have kind of settled down and spread out just a little bit.
But nobody told Wayne Grossi, because when him and the 95 caught that pack in front of him, Wayne just kept right on trucking on the outside and is kind of making his way up the outside here.
Yeah, on the outside of Aaron Satcher in that 13. The 7 of Wayne Grossi going the right direction right now, using the top lane. Just got to be careful. That guy on the inside could have an issue, could have a moment. And, between a rock and a hard place, or a race car and a wall.
Yeah. Either way, they're both. You don't want to hit either one. I feel like this is the calm before the storm.
Yeah, what's the storm though? Is it pit stops?
Yes, and the end of the race.
Yes. We are what? 51 laps coming to 50 laps to go here in this race. You're right. We got a pit stop sometime. Our stage break was 40? Well, it was a little bit before that, but so 40. They've run about 40 more laps. And I heard this the pit window's like 50 laps, so about 10 more laps.
That sounds about right. And again, I wouldn't know if I'd want to be the first set on pit road, but eventually everybody's going to need to get there.
I will say everybody doing a good job with what they're given right here. This is not easy. This is a little bit tough, man. It's these trucks, they want to dance around a little bit. You're trying to carry as much speed as possible. Everybody doing a good job hanging on to it so far. You just hit the 7 across to get loose on the entrance of the corner. But he is moving forward. He's now to the outside of the 27 of Genniken. So slowly but surely, they're making some headway. And he's got some help up there now with Simon Magin. I want to say help, but I don't know, Richie. If somebody pulls up on my back bumper, I'm already loose like that. I'm not so sure I'd call it help.
Well, I mean, yes and no. It's help down the straightaways, not so helpful in the corners. But he just moved down to the bottom.
Yeah, he's bailed. He said, all right.
Well, I'm wondering if that's because maybe pit stops are coming. But now he's up to the outside again, so who knows? Maybe he just wanted to try the bottom.
He had to take a breather. He's going to laugh for a while. Take a breath here.
I am a little shocked to see the single file, and I'm a little shocked to see the breakup into the 3 different packs. I mean, even though there's even a 4th pack, actually lap cars that are right in front of the leaders that they might actually catch them in the next couple laps.
That could be interesting as well.
Aaron Satcher in the 46, really close.
We were watching that too. 46 around that middle of the track only leaves a lane down there for the 13. And the 13, like he had a little moment there, but able to catch it right there in that little window he was given. And and actually going to move to the top now.
They, yeah, even like I said, even good trucks tend to have issues here as we get late here on this tire run, and as the fuel burns off. Oops, looks like somebody was on pit road there.
I think it's, I don't know who that was. A red truck down there. Or orange truck. Was that maybe Chapman? He's off the pace, a couple laps. All right, well, let's see. When do we get these pit stops? We're clicking off these laps. You're right. They are catching some lap trucks that are running side by side in front of them.
One of them was Chad Lane. Oh, yeah, they are side by side. That is not what the leaders want to see.
No, Derek Catt and Eric Driggins running side by side. That is not what you want to see if you're the leader in front here.
With another car right in front of the truck.
Sort that out.
And they're both catching the 75.
29 in the wall.
The 98 push position here he does. He's going by the lap car to 75. Looks like all the leaders actually are now on the bottom lane. The lap car's just up on the outside.
And single file now. So it's a little bit easier.
The good thing with the lap cars is that they should be able to fall in line at the tail end of this and keep up. And if there is a caution, the 98 could be the lucky dog.
As long as he doesn't get involved in something here. That's the worry. When you get a lap down, now your focus is maintaining that first car lap down status, but also staying out of anything that might happen right here in front of you.
Yep, exactly.
All right, so Ryan Chapman continues to lead with Kyle Milliken, Brett Casey. They just settled in here in the front and have not budged this whole race. Looks like they have good handling cars too so far, although like I said, they've been out front, so they really haven't had the dirty air that some of these guys may have experienced already, but they're fast. They look pretty planted, to be honest with you. Looking at them going around the track, I don't see the wiggles and the instability I see out of some of the other trucks.
Yeah, no, they seem to be doing. Oh, here they come. Here they come. Here comes the leader down from pit road, whole elevated.
Green flag pit stops. Remember, you got to get around this apron as fast as possible. No pit speed here. Just trying to kind of get around the corner as fast as you can and down to pit road. Now you need to start slowing down for pit speed. You're going to see them lock it down, try to get down to 45 miles an hour. So far, so good. Oh, Britt Casey had a moment there, but he's going to stay straight. Same thing. There's somebody back there, I think Ted Pullen back there, Chris Gore having an issue, but so far, so good. Everybody did a good job of getting down to pit speed, and now we see pit stops.
First hurdle was getting through 3 and 4 on the apron. Now the second hurdle was getting down to pits, and now getting out and back up to speed and back on the racetrack, not losing any more time.
Second wave coming in. Simon Maggan, Marshall Johnson coming in. See a truck right there sideways in front of Marshall. As Donnie Batiste comes sliding into pit road. He makes it as well. These guys drifting into pit road.
Whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes.
The hands lead over the 3 of Justin Gann, the 27 of Clark Ginnikin. Those two teammates staying out right now. Aaron Satcher out there as well. Here comes Brett Gardner to pit road. Jack Ritchie's going to come in as well. These guys sideways trying to get to pit road. Gardner hangs on to it. They're going to get down to pit road speed here, 45 miles an hour. Jamming on nose brakes, slowing down. I am impressed. Thoroughly impressed by these guys.
Yeah, everybody doing a great job so far of getting down pit road. As we got some stragglers coming in every lap nowadays. But Justin Gann and Clark Ginnikin, Aaron Satcher, still have not pitted yet.
Yep. Aaron Driggins had an issue coming off pit road, but he's going to keep it rolling. We're going to stay green. Yep, we talk about pit entry. Pit exit is going to be tricky too. Here comes Justin Gann, Clark Ginnikin, Aaron Satcher going to come in together here in 3 and 4.
I'm wondering if Justin Gannon, if he hit that orange square.
I wasn't really watching for that, so you guys watching would have saw that. I just wasn't watching for that. They get down to pit speed, no problem.
I don't know if it's a penalty if you got to hit that. I guess it's a commitment cone to be on pit road, because he was on the racetrack for a very, very long time before he came down.
And look at this trail of four here. Ryan Chapman, Kyle Milliken, Britt Casey, Simon Maggan. And they're going to pick up Ted Poolin in the 99 there too. Lined up, 5 trucks. And those guys are going to be trucking around this track. You see where they come out here to Clark Ginnigan and Justin Gann here are still on pit road. Round 3 and 4 down to the start-finish line. Those guys on the pit road are going to start rolling here. They roll off pit road. Let's see it here.
It's going to be close. 17 and Bunch are going to come with a head of steam.
Here they come. This guy's going to stay low. Chapman and the crew going to go to the top side, going to run right around and clear. The top 4 are going to clear. Justin Gannon retake the lead.
But I believe that Justin Gannon and Clark Ginnigan are going to latch on there, so they got the track.
Yeah, 95 right there too. Yeah, they and this group has got quite a margin on the rest of the pack. Wayne Grassi back 2.2 seconds behind this group, and it's only 2 trucks, him and Michael Thwaites, and then Jack Ritchie back there. This has really split the field up a good bit here.
Yeah, we got little packs now all the way around the racetrack, and it's going to be a matter of who has the best drafting line, whether or not you can catch the pack in front of you.
34 laps remaining here at Atlanta. Ryan Chapman leads. Kyle Milliken, Britt Casey, just like they came in, they come out, executed perfectly on that pit stop and retake the lead.
Yeah, that was absolutely perfect. That was what they needed to do. They needed to get in line, and pit together, stay together, and get back together on the racetrack as closely as possible. And they executed that perfectly.
And credit to the whole field. Made pit stops. Green flag pit stops here at Atlanta. No issues. In and out. And we cycle through and we continue on.
Yeah, actually, the only issue we saw was the 98 on the exit of pit road.
Yes.
Not even the entry. So, yeah, great job by everybody. But definitely split up now, though. We got guys that are going to be wanting for that caution, but there's got guys, the 8 or so guys up front will be like, no caution, no caution.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7 trucks in the front.
6, 7.
In the front of the field here.
That was for my daughter. So just looking at the times, the Jack Ritchie group, which is the 72, the 0, 00, 11, 15, and the 48, are catching the 7 and the 99 of Wayne Grassi and Michael Thwaites. So the 5-car pack is catching the 2-car pack.
As you would expect. Jack Ritchie leading that group. Barbecue Motorsports. I think he's got a teammate. I think it's right down there. Yeah, it's a teammate behind him in the 00.
Yeah, they've been catching them 2 to 3 tenths a lap.
A couple of teammates lined up, and our first Ford in the field, the 11 of Tony Solari there, third in line right there with those guys. He's moved up to 12th spot after getting involved in that wreck early. He's rebounded a little bit, but like I said, the first Ford in the field. I think we only have 3 in the field.
Oh man, does nobody know about the manufacturer bonus?
There's nobody. Well, we had to put that on pause because it wasn't working right. But.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw salt out there. All right. Well, that's why there's only 3 Fords out there now.
Nobody knows about the extra horsepower the Fords have, right?
Well, I'm a big believer in the Ford horsepower. It works well for me, so.
Right there behind him. That's Nicholas Moreau right behind him with J.C. Evans and Aaron Satcher tagging. Aaron Satcher actually leading his own group back here with Dave Nestor, Casey McMullen, and Donnie Batiste.
They are behind this group. Right?
Yep. They are a whopping 3.3 seconds behind the group ahead of them. Still single.
So I'm still watching the Jack Ritchie group, and they're still catching Wayne and Michael again 2 to 3 tenths, but they're either the same or slower than the lead pack.
Yes, lead pack's been pretty strong. Got some pretty strong trucks up front. Of course, they were leading the race there, so maintaining their gap there of almost 6 seconds back to Wayne Grossi in that second pack. If you want to call 2 cars a pack, but that 2-car pack is, like you said, it's going to be very quickly caught by that pack, which would be a 5-pack or 6-pack back there.
5 or 6-pack. 5-pack.
Make that 5-pack a 6 or 7-pack.
Which, honestly, I would want them to, because a 7-car pack will probably be quicker than the 5-car pack.
If they're organized, they could be for sure. The only problem is, we've got 26 laps remaining. I don't know if that's going to be enough time for these guys to get organized and try to make that charge. But Wayne Grossi, Michael Thwaites right here, 8th and 9th, and then Jack Ritchie in 10th. 1.5 seconds now back to those guys, so they are catching them pretty quickly here.
Yeah, they bumped it up to 3 and 4 tenths a lap, catching the 2 guys.
25 laps remaining here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Sim Racing Points Truck Series. Ryan Chapman out front with a couple of teammates back there behind him. You got Simon Maggan in the group as well, Justin Gann, Clark Ginnikin, and Ted Pullen tagging on the back of this field. And we're going to see if any of those 3 teammates, if they stick together out front. If there's a run made from behind, you got Maggan back there, who's been strong all night. It's going to be interesting. We can get down to it. It's going to be interesting to see if the loyalty with the teammates sticks together, or if these guys try to go for the win themselves.
I would bet to at least the 4th corner they'll stick together.
But if that outside lane starts forming, you might want to control both lanes.
That's true. I guess they're gonna have to see if the outside lane can even form with this little bit of there's not a lot of trucks in this pack.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it is one of the bigger packs out there, though.
The problem is that they have the 3 trucks as they've worked together so well. Everybody's seen it. All these guys have seen them out front so long. They're like, all right, well, we got to work together to try to go by them. But you get the Austin Hill effect. If you start fighting each other, they're just going to drive off from you. So you got to work together.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, Elevated has been working together very, very well. But we do have the 3 and the 27, which are teammates. Maybe they can get something together and work together to help bring the other guys up and have a fight for the Elevated team.
And I'll tell you too, Richie, I've seen the 46. He worked that outside lane late in the run and was actually able to make some headway. So you got a strong truck up there that could really use that top lane, possibly make something happen.
Yeah, I mean they got they're running low on laps here, so they're going to have to do something to start breaking up that Elevated if they do want to try to bring the fight to them.
All right, let's go check up on our second group. So the third group caught the second group. Now we got a proper second pack here. Wayne Grossi leading Michael Thwaites. Jack Ritchie caught him and just kind of ran up to him and just kept the momentum going. So they decided to just kind of work together to see if they can make some time here.
And for 2 of the last 3 laps, they actually did close in on the lead pack by a tenth a lap. But they got to stay solid.
Let's see, a tenth a lap, 20 to go.
Yeah, by 2030 they'll be up there.
That's 2 seconds, but they're 7.5 seconds behind. So they're going to have to do more than that and hope for a caution, or maybe they're relegated to the fact that they're going to be fighting for, what is this, 8th on back?
Man, I'm watching the guys up front. Even though they've been the key all night long here, I am seeing the a little bit of a wiggle coming. Oh, as the 88 or 42 goes way high there.
Track there opens up bottom. If that wasn't a teammate behind him, I got a feeling they would kind of took that.
And as that's happening, the 72 and the 00 have made their way past the 7 and the 99, so now put Jack Ritchie in front of that second pack.
Ritchie back to the front of that pack there. Wayne Grossi almost in the wall there on the outside.
So I'm just looking over chat, and we got Ryan Chapman coming loaded with fans in our chat. We got his Diane Chapman out there rooting for him, and it looks like we have a Richard Holmes out there, which I believe is one of the band members of that branded country band that's slapped on the side of that wonderful looking 17.
Yep, definitely got some fans out there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to keep his name private, but I did have one of the drivers tell me tonight that they felt like, and this is nobody on their team, nobody you would probably expect, one of the drivers actually said that they felt like the 17 was going to be the favorite tonight. And so far, the person that told me that, while may not be winning this race, he can find solace in the fact that he was pretty right on his prediction so far here tonight.
Yeah, but anything can happen. Ryan had a great truck last week as well, and ran into some issues coming out of turn 4 where he lost his pushing partner. Yeah, 2 weeks in a row, the 17 up front, very strong on these plate tracks, as is all of Elevated at this point.
Great job, 17 keeper going. That's exactly right. So far, he's doing exactly that. His teammates tucked up behind him, doing everything he needs to do.
And that backpack is now losing on a regular basis. They're just not as formed as the front pack is.
9.4 seconds now back to that second pack. On board with the 17 of Chapman, though. It's like a Sunday drive out there. Richie, just kind of hold the wheel, turn here, stay in the gas. No problem, right? It's that easy, right?
Absolutely, no problem at all. At least he's making it look that easy, at least anyway.
Going forward to Milliken there behind him. Just kind of following along here. Sunday drive, nothing to worry about.
Well, we're looking at the tale of two different races as last week's winner, Jonathan Atkins, having issues and getting spun. Oh, he's in the wall, but he's getting lapped here to go one lap down and become the first car one lap down.
Not the night he was looking for sure. He went for that big spin, or slide, I guess, into turn 1. But did a good job of hanging on there. And some lap trucks having some issues back there behind. The 22 of Michael Blackner takes evasive action. Shaq Curran almost into the 57. They stay straight though, stay green. But that was almost the caution you didn't want to see if you're a front runner. With those lap trucks tagged on the back of this pack.
And all three of those guys are running for the lucky dog spot.
Oh, true. There's Atkins, and that's kind of broken that up now. Shaq Curran and Michael Blackner way back now. And it's going to hand it to Jonathan Atkins. Should a caution come out, he will be the lucky dog as long as he doesn't get involved in something that happens here. But I got to tell you, Richie, we're running out of laps. 12 laps to go.
We absolutely are, and these guys, if they want to start doing something, they better start doing something soon. If there's anything to be done with the Elevated Motorsports, is they just have a stranglehold and a fantastic dominating night.
I'll look for that 46 to make a run here before the end of this race. I don't think he's content running in 4th here, but he's going to have some help. If he moves and those guys behind him leave him out, that's going to be a death sentence too, so I'm sure he's thinking about that. Now, you do have teammates back there between the 3 and the 27, Gann and Ginnikin, on the same team. So wherever one goes, the other one's going to go.
And I actually asked somebody this in the race on Monday, and my question was, well, do you want to run 5th or you want to try to win the race? And because that was the options that we had at that particular point. We could stay in line and finish 4th, or I think 5th and 6th, or we could try that outside and maybe make some moves. And that's kind of what we did. So hopefully somebody, 46, 3, 27, come on guys, let's get up there and do something.
Well, I'll answer your question with another question. Am I racing for points or am I racing for wins?
I'm racing for the best finish I could possibly get.
And to be honest with you, winning pays the most points. So
It does, and you know, my point with that strategy was: is are we here to settle, or are we here to at least try to make the race, try to make the win? You know what I mean? It's
I feel
tough.
like any of those guys are going to have a tough time making a move on these top three. The top three are going to stay committed to each other. They're going to help each other out one way or the other. It's going to be a tough haul. They're really going to have to work together to try to do anything against the top three. And especially working that outside lane where we saw not much was actually happening there. So it's going to take some organization. It's going to take some commitment from those guys to work together to try to fight for a chance to win this race. And you're going to have a hard time getting that from the third guy in line, you know, because it's going to be hard to win from the third in line, whether you're on the bottom or top if you're too wide. So it's going to be tough. 7 laps to go, though. We are clicking these things off quickly. We're getting down to it.
Yeah, and I'm curious to know if all the guys behind Elevated went to the top, would that stall out the bottom a little bit and give the momentum to the top? But you know, these guys actually aren't even really that formed up behind them.
I think they're just biding their time here. And you see the 42 blink out. That could cause some disruptions there. Disruptions they don't want. But you see a little bit of a distance between the 42 and the 88 there.
Yeah, that goes back and forth a little bit here, but the three of them definitely seem to have, they're definitely committed, and they're definitely, like, they have 3 car lengths or truck lengths back to the 46 now.
And around 3 and 4, we're going to see 5 laps to go here as the 42 drifts up the track. 88 right there on his back bumper. That's close. That's backed him up. Now, this is going to create a run for the 42. Does he take it? Does he stay behind the 10 or the 17? Check up back there behind him as well as Ginnikin gets shoved up out of line.
I'm not sure that Simon was going to get a much better invitation to take that outside than that, but he didn't take it at that point.
He's looking there. Not quite there yet, though. The 3 now doesn't have that teammate behind him. That's Ted Pullen by himself out there, no teammates. Here comes Ginnikin to the outside of Ted Pullen. That's going to split that help up back there.
That is going to put the 27 behind the 3, and it looks like they may try the outside or not.
The 3 was trying to help the 27 there. Pulls back in line to block that run from the 98 or 95. Here's the 46 watching his mirror as well, trying to drive in the tire tracks of the 3. Here they come around. Kyle Milliken, another little bit of a distance on the 17. Oh, we got contact back there. They're close. 3 laps remaining.
46 swung it to the outside. But there's nobody close enough to help him as we have a last truck of Derek Catt there on the outside.
On the backstretch, they stay to the inside there. These outside trucks working by the lap truck of Derek Catt. Catt in the wall a little bit, trying to stay out of the way. Does a good job of that. Coming around to see 2 laps remaining.
2 elevated, stay, 1, 2, 3. Do they fight themselves for the checkered? Does the 46 make it to the outside here? He's trying.
Trying to go to the outside. 3 goes to the outside as well. They're trying their best to get that run. They're going to have to get that run off the corner, though. 42 up the track just a little bit. 17 covers. All right, here they come. A little bit of a run. Is he to the outside? Oh, the 46. Oh, kind of sideways the 3 into the 46 a little bit, too. Checks them up. They're trying their best. But they're going to see the white flag. 1 lap to go for Ryan Chapman in Elevated Esports.
I think that just sealed it. Somebody from Elevated is going to win this race. Right now, that's Ryan Chapman.
These guys back here trying to get organized, trying to get a run. The 46, Simon Magin, trying to get a run on the top 3. He's all by himself, though, as those guys battle back there behind him. 46 up at the top just to kind of fake out into 3 and 4. Will somebody pull out of that top 3? Let's see what happens through 3 and 4. Kyle Milliken gets a run on the 17. Blinks out, but he can't get there. It's going to be Ryan Chapman winning here at Atlanta.
It's going to be an elevated party tonight, boys.
1, 2, 3. And those guys executed flawlessly tonight through pit stops, leading this race. Come out and got the lead back and just did exactly what they needed to do tonight. And they had dominated. Elevated Esports put on a clinic here tonight.
Yeah, they definitely showed everybody what they need to do when we come back here or when we go to a plate race. They stayed nose to tail the entire time. Ryan Chapman, I think, led almost every single lap tonight. What a job.
Very impressive by that whole crew. Elevated Esports. I know Justin Diltz, Ryan Chapman, Kyle Milliken, they put together a great group of drivers tonight. Britt Casey, too, new to the league. He was a player all night tonight, too, helping with those Elevated Esports guys. And great addition to the team. He executed flawlessly exactly what he needed to do, and it led to an Elevated Esports 1-2-3, a sweep of the podium for these guys, and Ryan Chapman taking home that big trophy here tonight at Atlanta. Let's look at our results.
How big is the trophy?
Let's look at our results here. Elevated Esports again, 1-2-3. It's going to be Ryan Chapman taking the win here tonight. The 42 of Kyle Milliken finishes up in second. Britt Casey takes home third place. Fourth place going to be for the 46 of Simon Maggan. Great run for him, up 13 spots from where he started. Justin Gannon in fifth. Clark Ginnikin in sixth. Good run for that team, the Speed Demon crew, fifth and sixth there. Ted Pullen in seventh. He didn't have any help in that pack there at the end, but hangs on to a seventh place finish. Eighth for Jack Ritchie, leading that second group. Tony Solari snuck up there in the top 10, finishes ninth spot. 10th for Brett Garner in the 00. 11th spot going to go to the 15 of Nicholas Moreau. 12th for J.C. Evans in that number 48 machine. The 7 truck of Wayne Grassi going to finish 13th, and 14th goes to the 99 of Michael Thwaites.
Aaron Satcher, who ran really well all race long, came home 15th. The 59 of Joshua O'Connor comes home 16th. The 32 of Darren Clement comes home 17th. The 67 of Donnie Batiste, 18th. We have Dave Nestor in the 36 comes home 19th. Casey McMullen in 28 comes home in 20th. Jonathan Atkins finishes one lap down, the first car one lap down in 21st, followed by Shad Kern in 12th. In 22nd, Michael Blackner in 23rd. Marshall Johnson comes back 24th. Chris Gore comes home 25th in the 89. Derek Catt in the 29 comes home 26th. Eric Driggins comes home 27th. Fred Moreau comes home 28th, followed by Chad Lang in the 4 and 29th. Martin Garreau comes home 30th. Alex Murphy in the 30 comes home 31st. And Brian, who was involved in that very first incident, rounds out our field in 32nd.
Well, a very exciting race here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Come down to pit stops, pit strategy, and track position. And Elevated Esports and Ryan Chapman got it done here tonight. When we come back, we'll talk to our top 3 finishers, all from Elevated Esports. We'll see what they have to say about tonight's race and the things they experienced out there tonight. We'll do that on the other side of this commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We are Best One.
The best tires.
The best customer service.
The best automotive service.
The best team.
And the best customers. You see, Best One isn't just our name, it's who we are. Since 1948, Best One has been delivering quality and dependable tires and full-service automotive care to our customers. Best One, selling tires, serving people. We are Best One.
back here at Atlanta Motor Speedway or Echo Park Speedway or whatever you want to call it. Finishing up the Atlanta 200 here for the Sim Racing Points Truck Series here on Full Throttle Television. Maybe a less dramatic finish than we expected, but it was a great, exciting race here tonight. A little pit strategy, green flag pit stops. You love to see it. And that strategy worked out for Elevated Esports and Ryan Chapman. We're going to throw it over to our post-race show here, sponsored by Sim Racing Points, and we'll talk to our top three finishers, starting with the third-place finisher tonight, newcomer Britt Casey. Britt, man, congratulations tonight on the third-place finish. Another great run there for Elevated Esports. They brought you on, and you guys executed that exactly how you planned it, I'm sure, out there. Top three, working together, come to the line there, and a top three finish for all of you.
Yep, that was the plan. Thank you to Elevated Esports and Kyle, Ryan for setting up a good top three. They were fast, but not fast enough, so it was fun.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You guys did a good job. And Brett, being kind of new to the league and getting to know the guys, we usually ask them, like, okay, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you're into, hobbies, interests, anything like that. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, so I do a lot of driving in real life, actually. That's how I know Kyle. He invited me. We do some work with some YouTube. It's called Savage Geese, the YouTube channel. So I guess I'll plug them as a sponsor. But yeah, we do car reviews and a lot of different brands. So and then also I do a lot of racing with like HSR, some IMSA stuff, but still looking for a full-time seat.
Awesome, man. That's really cool. So racing pedigree through and through. That's awesome to see, man. Again, second week with Elevated, and you've come to play, man. We've seen you up front fighting for these wins, man. You guys work together like a charm tonight. Listen, it got a little hectic, a little frantic up front. We saw some cars have some handling issues. Did you guys look planted pretty much the whole race? Did you guys focus on that handling? Because if you did, you had speed too. So you guys really figured it out here tonight.
Yeah, I think it's also like how you drive a car over the long term with like how long we went green flag that also mattered. We also had a really good pit entry with us, so we didn't really lose any time in that. I think we probably could have gotten a little faster there, to be honest, but that was the first time for me, so.
Yeah, you're right. Green flag stops, and that's what we were talking about too. You guys got in, got out just exactly like you needed to, got back to the lead. No issues there. We said it was going to be tricky to get to pit road, but you guys made it look really easy there, man. So congratulations once again. Third place finish tonight, man. We look for great things out of you going forward. We know you got the truck under you. You got the clearly got the driving skill there. So looking forward to you putting that together, and we're able to maybe interview you in Victory Lane here coming up at this season, man. So I'm going to throw it to you there, let you do your shout outs and sponsor plugs. The floor is yours.
Thanks. Yeah, I definitely want to say shout out to Elevated Esports, and I guess we'll do Savage Geese YouTube channel, Savage Geese Car Reviews.
Absolutely, man. We're going to check them out, man. But congratulations tonight. Third place finish. We'll let you get back to celebrating, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks.
All right. There's your third place finisher, Britt Casey, coming home in third at Elevated Esports Machine really fast. I guess we could say that about all three. We're going to send it to you over the Richie, though. You're standing by with Cal Milliken, our second place finisher.
Yeah, I'm standing down here with second place finisher Kyle Milliken, who is one of the principals here at Elevated Esports. Man, Kyle, you put a heck of a speedway team together here.
Yeah, thanks. Really proud of the boys. Spent some time last night testing, and Ryan ran some testing in the officials, and yeah, our speedway program's usually top notch. It was nice to see that today. We just absolutely dominated, and running 1, 2, 3, it was working. So we just stayed in line, and we could put a gap on the guys behind us late in the run on the tires, and yeah, we came into the pit stop there. Got a little hairy. Ryan and I almost both sped watching Britt behind us get sideways. So I had to dip below the speed limit to bring it back in line. But yeah, just good job all around by the guys. Brought Britt on as a new guy this year. He's new to oval racing. That was his first green flag pit stop. And so, yeah, everything went good. Proud of Ryan, proud of the whole team. And yeah, that was fun.
So, with all you guys running up front, you guys dominated the race tonight. During the conversation during the race, were you guys drawing straws? Were you guys discussing maybe Kyle should win this one, not Ryan? Was there any talk like that, or
Telling
was it just Ryan all the way?
stories. Was it telling stories? What were you doing to keep you guys awake, huh?
Yeah, I think it came down to just how it flowed, and we ended up in the positions we were in. So we just, like I said, we it was working, so we stuck in the running order we were, and just ran it out to the end.
Well, you guys did a great job. I don't think it would have really mattered which one of you were up front. I think all you guys had a hot rod tonight. I'd say how was your race, but you guys pretty much rode the entire race. So I'm assuming it was like a Sunday drive out there.
Yeah, it was good. After last week, having won the stage and then got wrapped up in a couple other people's wrecks, it was nice to have a good points night, mainly because points all that matter right now going into the revised chase format. So yeah, it was good.
That was excellent job. Good start. Good start to the season for Elevated Esports. I think this puts Ryan solely into the points lead. Good race. Good job for you tonight. So I'm going to open up the floor. I'll let you do your sponsors and plugs there.
Yeah, thank everyone on the team, Dave Nestor, Chris Gore, Ryan, Britt Casey, everyone that ran tonight, and everyone else on the team. And then, yeah, Elevated Outdoors and Gums Auto Center. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Well, there's Kyle Milliken, our second place finisher, and one of the principals over there at Elevated Esports, putting a heck of a team together. Brody, I think you might find our winner down there in Victory Lane.
I might. That might be where he's at. Finally, he got here. Ryan Chapman, man, down here in Victory Lane. Ryan, congratulations. What a dominating performance, not just by you, but the whole team up there. The top three, you guys ran up there the whole time through green flag pit stops, made it through there with no issues, come back out, retake the lead, and you just drove off to the checkered flag.
Yeah, man. It was fun. I had a blast.
I'm sure you did. I expected nothing less, man. You guys did a good job out there. I got to tell you, there's some guys actually picking you as a one to beat here tonight before the race. Some of your competitors were even pointing out that you got to watch that 17, and it turned out to be true, man. You had fans out there in chat as well, cheering you on, of course. But man, you made it look easy out there tonight, even through green flag pit stops. I didn't think we would get green flag pit stops tonight. We did, and everybody executed that perfectly. So I'm almost speechless. It was a good, clean race out there, but you guys dominated from start to finish.
Well, the funny thing is actually this is kind of hilarious. So I ran 2 opens prior to this that were 80 laps apiece, and I just got in here right after finishing my last one that I ran with like 5 minutes to spare in the session before it launched. So I've driven this track a lot this week. I've driven this set a lot this week. I know what it's gonna do, and I told Kyle, I'm like, we need to get this thing out front. We need to get together, and we're gonna be hard to beat. I mean, it proved that through the stage. It proved that through the entire race. As long as we stuck together, we were untouchable. And that's what I love about my team is we're so good on these super speedways and so in tandem with each other on how to do stuff. And my favorite part was helping the guys whenever I could. I mean, especially on the green flag pit stops, I told them just send it in there. Send it in at 120 and just cook it on the apron. They're like, what? I'm like, yes, trust me. So I just sent it in there, and if you saw me, I was kind of sliding out a little bit. I was getting a little nervous, but I was like, you got to keep that momentum going on the pit road because that's where the game changer is. You can ease onto it and lose that time, or you can push onto it and gain that time. So that pit road is a real game changer for this track.
Well, you guys were committed to each other, and that's what teammates, that's what you want out of a teammate. You guys were so committed on working together. Once you got out front, we were talking about it. It was going to be tough to beat a 3-car lineup there with you guys kind of working together, and it proved to be insurmountable for the guys behind them. But yeah, we could talk all night about you leading this race, but you're right. You don't do it without some good teammates, and your teammates, You guys worked so well tonight. We're so committed to each other. Kyle talked about coming to pit road. He was a little spooked from behind. You guys both kind of had a moment there watching Britt back there. Yeah. So that definitely, it was a moment there, but yeah, talk about the commitment of teammates working together, working on a setup, getting prepared for this race, getting prepared for the season, how you guys kind of come together and have that same mindset of like, at least one of us need to get this done tonight.
It really comes down to just the connection between the teammates. That's what it really boils down to. It's like you got to make sure everyone respects everybody, everyone knows everybody's strengths. Like we figured out early that I did have the stronger car, so that's why I was the lead guy, and I've done a lot of racing in the officials, so I kind of know how to manage the fuel out in the open. So that's kind of why I took point, and just from overall speed wise, the way we were shaped up was the fastest for the group. So, but obviously at the end of the day, we're all racing for a win here. I wouldn't have been mad if Kyle and Britt wanted to pull out and try to beat me. I respect that 100%. I want to race to the finish. I hate finishing lined up like that, but at the end of the day, we did what was best for the team. I know Kyle needed some solid points. I'm glad he got some really solid points. We went 1, 2, 3 in the stage. Then we went 1, 2, 3 in the race. I mean, what can get much better than that?
Well, listen, I'm sure it looked boring from your vantage point, your window out there.
Oh yeah, we were saying it. Look, it's probably boring on the broadcast. We were like, damn, this must be a really boring race.
You need to go back, and this is a perfect opportunity. You need to go back and watch this because there was some awesome racing back there, some great racing back there, some hair raising moments for a lot of guys back there. There was a lot going on back there that you didn't see, so you have to tune in. You have to watch it back and kind of see what's going on back there behind you for sure, man. But again, a great run, great win tonight here. I'm going to throw it to Richie though. Let Richie have a few words here.
Well, I could have a few words, but I think we've covered everything. I mean, you guys had the fastest cars. You won the stage. You led the most laps. You took over the points lead. I think we're done.
Oh, but what about next week? Ryan, I'm going to ask you about next week. So next week we head to a track that maybe some didn't expect to see on the schedule. I think we're headed to Long Beach next week.
So that's where the kicker comes into play. So I won't be here.
Uh-oh. Scared. I understand.
Yes, due to me I'm going to Dakota to work the NASCAR race.
Ah, I see.
So sadly, we're leaving Wednesday at 3:00 on the plane. So I wish I could pack my sim up and take it with me because I would 100% do it. But sadly, my rig's too big, and I'm not paying for all that money to fly my rig there. So, yeah, we will get the provisional in. I have a good solid points gap. So as long as no surprise winners come out of next week, I should be in okay shape to come back and hopefully fight for the championship. But I really just wanted to kind of get this win off my neck like I always want to do. And just, especially after the last week, we were so close. It hurts so bad. But, yeah, I mean, I know my team's going to do really good. I know Kyle, I know Britt's a phenomenal road racer, so I'm actually really looking forward to seeing how he does. And he's doing phenomenal so far, so I really have nothing bad to say about him. I just can't wait to see him road race. Hopefully he wins. That'd be great for me and the team.
Well, you said no surprise winners. I guess it wouldn't be a surprise though, knowing that you know him. I guess, but
exactly, I know what he's capable of. So I mean, I'll be happy with Britt winning, but I don't need any of these other guys, coming out of the woodworks and pulling out a win, and then I got to battle them for the championship. So I'd rather it be my teammate, if anybody. And I really hope Britt can get that done because that would be really sick and really dope. And I'll be cheering for my hotel room.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Long Beach should be an interesting track. We did some testing there before we put out the revised schedule. Should be a lot of fun. I'm sure your team is going to show up prepared for it as well. I know Kyle's pretty good on the road course. As you said, Britt's one to watch. So you already put it out there. So now we're putting expectations on Britt next weekend. So
I haven't seen him race on iRacing on a road course, but from what I've heard, he's a very good road racer.
All right.
So
Well, that's where you're going to put your money. We'll hold you to it there. But man, congratulations tonight! Great win at Atlanta. Got that win, and a team win. You guys, I'm sure, are going to go celebrate in the infield pretty hard there. Don't hurt yourself because we got another race next week.
I'm drinking a 32 pack. What do you mean? I'm off next week.
That's true. All right, man. Well, congratulations. Have fun. Enjoy it. Go celebrate, and we'll see you, I guess, in 2 weeks when you get back from COTA.
Yes, sir.
Don't forget to watch the broadcast next week.
Oh, you know I'll be watching always. I'll be saying hi to you. You better say hi to me. I swear. If I don't hear from you guys, I will be coming back, and I'll be asking you.
All right, there's your winner tonight, Ryan Chapman in the 10, getting it done here tonight at Atlanta. And Richie, exciting a lot of moments through the midpoint of the race. It kind of settled out there. We kind of get stretched out with a green flag pit stop. And it's just an interesting race all through and through here.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. We had a green flag pit stop, spread everything out. We had a lot of side-by-side racing all throughout. We had packs throughout. A lot of door banging, sideways, truck racing, man.
It should be a lot of fun. We touched on about next week. Next week's going to be a lot of fun. We head to Long Beach for the first time ever in the Sim Racing Points Truck Series. Should be a lot of fun to see those guys go through the twists and turns there on that track. Again, did some testing. It's a very interesting track with the trucks. Should be a lot of fun to see who shows up, who's able to show out there. I know some of the guys that are road racers are looking at that and licking their lips. This is their opportunity to shine. But we're going to be broadcasting that live here next Wednesday night at 9 p.m. here on Full Throttle Television. You want to tune in. You don't want to miss this one. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. And it's interesting. I don't know. What do you think, Richard? What do you think we'll see next week?
I have no idea. That's the one out in California with the hairpin, right?
Yep, that's it.
Oh boy. It's an interesting racetrack. It's got a lot of just funky corners on it, and then you got that hairpin, which is going to be, I'm assuming, really tough in a truck. A lot of good passing points there, though. So I don't know. We'll see. What I expect that we have a couple guys in the trucks that are really good road racers, and I think they'll shine next week. Well,
I love the fountain area there. It's an interesting turn there. The hairpins. You got the backstretch there with the buildings. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to see how those guys kind of tackle that corner or tackle that track, and look forward to seeing who comes out on top. But tonight, our race is over here in Atlanta. Ryan Chapman spraying the champagne like the fountain out there at Long Beach and getting it done here tonight. That's going to do it for us here in Atlanta, though. For Richie Coy, everybody at Full Throttle Television, my name is Brady Anna. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed it so much like we did. And we'll see you next week from Long Beach, California.